Hello and good evening, and welcome to the Thursday edition of The Shed. Hashtag Irish Blues Mafia with me, Trevor. You're very welcome along to the show. Tonight I'm going to review the championships games. To be honest, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the Eagles Commanders. I'll give it to you now. The Commanders' defense was shocking from the first play with Saquon Barkley. The Eagles' offense was amazing from the first play with Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts delivered with passing touchdowns, and Saquon delivered with rushing touchdowns. They won 55-23. Jaden Daniels did have a good game. I think they'll learn a lot. The Commanders will improve, and the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, and that's all I can say about it. Well done. It was plenty of scores, but it wasn't an exciting game, and it wasn't the game I'm here for anyway. But I might have talked more about it if things were different. But what I am here tonight for is I've contemplated. I checked my emotions from Sunday night. I haven't put up much on social media about it yet, but I have looked at it. I have looked at everything. And tonight I'm going to speak a few truths. So if any bad language appears in this show tonight, I really apologize. But what happened last Sunday night to the Buffalo Bills, not by the Kansas City Chiefs, but by the referees and the NFL, was shocking. And it's not sour grapes. Anyone that follows me that knows that I support Mayo GAA, and I support Arsenal Football Club, and I support Buffalo Bills. Mayo GAA went through a brilliant spell from 2012 to 2021, where every year we were challenging for the All-Ireland title. Every year we were pushing. Sometimes we weren't good enough on the day to win it, or whatever games we got knocked out in along the way, and sometimes we were royally robbed. In 2014, we played Kerry in an All-Ireland semi-final, and the big talk was Kerry and Dublin are the two big counties in Irish football. Everyone wanted to Kerry, Dublin, All-Ireland. Donegal was on the other side with Dublin. Mayo drew a Kerry the first day. Second day, we were sent down to Limerick. We had a referee, I won't name him, but all Mayo fans and will know all about him. It was an absolute travesty. One fan raided the pitch afterwards, and I don't condone violence, but it's a pity more didn't after him. And we lost the game in extra time through refereeing decisions. And it opened my eyes that day that you are a small fish in a big pond, and they only want the big fishes to get along. Last Sunday was something similar. I have no issue with losing games, and I don't ever want my team to be helped. You want parity. Win if you're good enough, lose if you're not. And what happened last Sunday night is not sour grapes. It's really just hurt because of what I see my team suffer after they give everything and they lose a game because of decisions not going for them. And one thing about the Mayo game in 2014, and before I forget, the 2017 All-Ireland final, was the greatest game of Gaelic football I ever seen. And I have no qualms with 99% of the decisions. But on the last play, Dublin kicked the point to lead. There should have been 5 Dublin players at least black-carded afterwards for pulling Mayo players down to stop them getting a quick kick out to go down to get the equaliser. And it didn't happen. But again, we were the small fish in the big pond, and if it was done the other way, it should be highlighted all the time. And there's been other decisions. Decisions will go against you and for you. But the difference between the decisions from the GAA is it can't go to a boot to be reviewed. The decisions last Sunday night were both reviewed. Now, the catch that apparently Xavier Worthy made, that everyone can see the ball hit the ground. He ripped it out of, I think it was Cole Bishop's hands, and he had no full control. He held the ball, yes, but the ball hit the ground, and the other time, it's an incomplete pass. Yes, there was a flag on the play, and the ball might have been brought forward. It wouldn't have been brought forward to the 1 yard line. And what happened from that? Touchdown, Patrick Mahomes runs in. Now, I'm not predicting that the Buffalo Bills would have won the game. We would have stopped them. They would have kicked 3 points. We would have stopped them. They would have kicked no points, or they might have kicked a touchdown. My issue is that decision changed the game. That's part one. Part two, 4th and 1. Well, firstly, it was 3rd down, and Dalton Kincaid, cameras have shown, made the 1st down on the 3rd down, but it was given short, 4th and 1. Well, we've all seen the cameras, the pictures, the stills, the different angles, and it's been plain as the nose of my face that Josh Allen made the 1st down. What happened? Not given. Ball goes down. We were 22-21 at the time up. Chiefs get a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion. It's a 7-point game, and we're behind. I'm not saying that if they went to a 1st down, that the Bills would have went on and got a touchdown or kicked a 3-point or whatever. My point being is the Chiefs wouldn't have had that ball. They wouldn't have got down the field. It's a major turning point in the game. Now, I've listened to ESPN, NFL Network, I have listened to Fox, and I have listened to podcasts, and I've listened to everything, and they're all saying, oh, well, you had plenty of time. But you don't get it. The point of it being is you should have had a 1st down. The game would have totally changed. We could have went on and got a touchdown and put the Chiefs to bed and out of sight. We don't know. The Chiefs might have stopped us and got down the field and maybe got the touchdown, but then you can say fair enough, it was fair. The reason I don't see these guys kick up a fuss on all these channels about these outrageous decisions. Now, Pat McAfee, in fairness, brought it up, but he didn't push the boat too far. But for feck's sake, lads, just because Taylor Swift is with the Kansas City Chiefs tight end, and good luck to them, and I hope they're happy, doesn't mean the Kansas City Chiefs can win every fucking game. Because, I'm sorry, they probably would have beaten the Texans, but they got calls in them games too at critical points that weren't calls. They've got calls all season that weren't calls. And yes, Brady and the Patriots used to get that too. And people accept it. It's not right. Look at Josh Allen after the game. Just look at him. That man has been perfect all season, all through the playoffs. He beats Mahomes. Mahomes has an interception where Allen doesn't. And he is broken after that game. If he said, F the NFL, I'm out, would you blame him? And if he was short, fair enough. He was short. Give the ball to the Chiefs. Good luck. Deal with it. He wasn't. Like, this was a colossal game. The game had everything, as in a spectacle of the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL playing against each other. The 2 best defenses and offenses playing against each other. And it delivered to so many points. And it was one team take the lead, the other team come back, so on. But it came down to them 2 decisions. 7 points you take off Mahomes and the Chiefs for the one that was on the ground. And you take another 7 off for the play where the 4th and 1 wasn't given. That's 14 points gone. Whether they get them back or not, only time will tell, but we'll never know. My point is, and why I'm pissed off, and I'm sick of it, is the small fish, and Buffalo is a small fish in the big pond in the NFL, and it didn't get fairness. And that is not good enough. And the difference between Mayo GAA not getting fairness and the Buffalo Bills not getting fairness is the NFL have cameras and can review these things, and they were obvious. They weren't questionable. One of the referees gave us the first down, and the guy that couldn't see the ball didn't, and yet they went with him. It's not good enough, and it has really questioned me watching a Super Bowl that's coming up in 2 weeks' time. And I see boycott the Super Bowl up, and it's trending on all social medias. And to a point, I agree with it. But I'm an NFL fan, so to a point, I'll probably watch the Super Bowl. But I won't have the same interest as I had in last year's one, and the Bills weren't in it, and the years before one, and the Bills weren't in it. Because it's so obvious the Eagles are going to have to absolutely be perfect, and beat the referees and the NFL to stop this three-peat. And I'm not saying they can't. The Eagles have a savage defense, and they also have a savage offensive line, and they have a savage running game. But if the referees don't give you the calls that you should get, it doesn't matter what you have. We have the best quarterback in the NFL by a country mile. I don't give a shit what anyone says, excuse my language. By a country mile, he is the best quarterback in the NFL. He did everything. That last throw to Dalton Kincaid, he got milled. It was perfect. I'm not blaming Dalton Kincaid for not catching it, because if you look at the film from behind, his feet go from under him. He also played with a torn PCL. And fair play to the lad, and it was a catch that was just too far. We shouldn't have been there. If the referees had done their job, we wouldn't have been there. We were playing well. We were 21-10 down going in to the last minute and a half before halftime. We scored a touchdown. We didn't get the extra point. I understand Sean McDermott not going for two. That was fine. The Chiefs came out, started the second half. We stopped them. We went down. We got another touchdown. We were 22-21 up. We had all the momentum. We were stopping them. And these utterly crap decisions. Crap. And I've kept my mouth shut all year because, you're only bitching against the Chiefs because the Chiefs are winning. I'm really pissed. And I'm here in the west of Ireland. And I'm not pissed for me. I am for Josh Allen, for Sean McDermott, for Dion Dawkins, James Cook, Kincaid, Knox, all these guys. Matt Collins was exceptional last night. Matt Collins has been brilliant all year, and I hope they keep him. Amari Cooper, Spencer Brown, Matt Milano, Ed Oliver, all these guys. I'm leaving guys out, and I apologize. Christian Benford. These guys don't deserve this. And if people see this, they're going to go, he's a sour old Bills fan, and he's, crying because they lost. And all they're shouting at now, it's 0-14 Allen against Mahomes in the playoffs. Well, of course it is when the referees aren't fair. Go back, watch the game. If you haven't seen it, watch the decisions. How wrong they are. And it's not about, you have time afterwards, or you can do this afterwards. Of course you have. But the point of it being where you were, we were in their half. We were heading for their goal line. We would have had the first down, and we were 22-21 up, and we could have put the game to bed. And twice, two plays in that set of 4 downs, we got first downs, and they didn't give them. First half, ball hits the ground, not caught right. It's not a catch anywhere else. It's a catch for the Chiefs. They're 1 yard out. They get a touchdown. I hate losing. I'm a competitor. I see my teams losing. I'll always look for an excuse. Maybe some player had a good day. Maybe someone did a wrong decision. Maybe the coaching was bad or whatever. These were two heavyweights. It was like the Ravens and the Bills the weekend before, two heavyweights. You're not getting a blowout. You're not going to go out and be perfect. But we were as perfect as we could be, and we had the Chiefs, and we had our foot on their neck. And a referee, two refereeing decisions and one set of 4 downs cost us, and then the Chiefs kicked on. And so be it. They're in the Super Bowl. We're not. I can't change it. It won't be changed. I wouldn't ask the game to be replayed. I've heard rumors that some ones are looking for it. Forget about it, lads and girls. It's not happening. The Chiefs are there. Off with them. How do I feel about Super Bowl? I've very little interest in it right now. And it's not because the Bills lost. If the Chiefs went out and blew the Bills out 21-0 or beat us 27-26 in a tight game, but it was okay and we did everything we could and we suffered the 13 seconds and something like that before, yeah, sure. But you'd be upset, but you accept it. I do not accept last Sunday. And if it is down because of all Taylor Swift fans and how many more they're getting to watch the NFL, then the NFL have a big problem because the NFL is a brilliant product, an absolutely brilliant, enjoyable product. And you would think with all the cameras and the technology they had, and there was also a chip in the ball that actually showed it was a first down, that you would get parity. But no. And for me, it's taken away from Mahomes' legacy, Travis Kelce's legacy, Chris Jones's legacy, Andy Reid's. And Andy Reid is a genius of a coach, and Mahomes is a brilliant quarterback. Chris Jones is absolutely unbelievable in defense. Kelce is not his best year, but he has been brilliant. But I don't look at them the same way. 2 years ago, when they played the Eagles, I decided I'd go for the Chiefs in the game just because they were AFC. Last year, when they played the 49ers, I went for the 49ers, nothing against the Chiefs. All the other teams are the same to me, but because I had gone for them the year before and I just wanted to see someone else win it. And I like Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy. I think Saquon Barkley is amazing. I don't like the Eagles because they don't enjoy victory. They're miserable. But how can you root for the Chiefs? And they could make history, but how can you root for them when you know there's 11 of them and then there's the referees in the pitch as well? So, NFL, you have, for me, tainted my love for this. It'll come back and I'll go away and heal. But watch Josh Allen in that press conference, that he had done everything in that game. And he didn't lose it because of him. And he didn't lose it because of his teammates. He lost it because of 2 major decisions. One was a double whammy, where there was 2 major boo-boos. And the other was, and that's 14 points to the Chief, no matter what. Actually, it's 15 because they got a 2-pointer. Like, 15 points is a lot to have to come back from if you're not giving them. And if anyone thinks it's a sour grapes, it's not. But it's effing wrong. And I'm holding myself back to not say too many explicits. The way that game was played out last Sunday night. And did the Bills make mistakes? Of course they did. Made them on defense and offense? Of course they did. So did the Chiefs. You don't get scores if you don't make mistakes. But we were 21-10 down, and it showed you the character of that team to go 22-21 up. We were in their half. We were heading for their goal line. We got a first down. Who's to say we weren't going to get a touchdown? And yes, I know, you'll never know. But we would have known if the referees had done their jobs and if they were overruled. So that's it, folks. We're out. And unlike other years, you get cross at something that your own team don't do, and that's part of being a fan. You look for excuses, and you blame someone else, and you blame someone. This, for me, lies at the referees and the NFL. And to be honest, I wouldn't say anything to the Chiefs as such, because why should they? They're winning. You're not going to go, oh, lads, look at, don't give us all the plays this game. Why would you say anything? You're getting the victories. No one's going to remember it in 5 years' time. You're going to remember a team that won 3 in a row. But I remember, and I love the NFL. I will probably watch the Super Bowl, but I won't be going to any of the bother I would any other year, because for me it's tainted, it's dirty, and it's just really, really toxic in my mouth at the minute. And I do apologize. This is not the happiest show I've put out, and forgive me, but people outside don't know, to me, what Josh Allen means to me. And I've seen a guy that gives absolutely everything and is good enough, not getting the respect. He probably won't get MVP this year. And even if he does, I'd throw it back to him. And I'm delighted he's not going to the Pro Bowl. I wouldn't bother me backside going to it after last Sunday. And, like, he has came from nothing. No one ever believed in him. And he has got himself to be, in my eyes, the best player in the NFL. And Mahomes can have his rings, but Mahomes ain't anything like Josh Allen. When I wanted to follow a team, I looked at all 31, and there's only one team I was going following, and that's this one, because of Josh Allen. Because I seen a player that just wants to do his best, wants his team to do their best. Josh Allen did not go out and hang Dalton Kincaid after the game, because he couldn't. It wasn't. He slipped as well as good as a throw it was, and as much of an effort as it was. It happens. Josh Allen's a leader. Josh Allen should get fair play, but he's not, because he plays the Buffalo Bills, and the Buffalo Bills are a small fish in a big pond, just like Mayo GAA. But anyway, that's my rant, folks. That's my program for tonight. We'll get over it. We'll move on. We'll go away, think about it. I will probably do a show next Thursday night before the Super Bowl, and try and leave out the Bills talk out of it, and just give a quick thought on how it'll go, and who would I prefer to win. It's not the Chiefs tonight, but a week's time, maybe the hurt will go. If I've said anything wrong in this video, I do apologize, as in language-wise. I've said nothing wrong in what I thought. I do think the NFL needs to look at itself. I do think the referees should be held accountable. And I do think if something is so obvious as what they did last weekend, there should be a replay. It won't happen. It's not going to happen, and probably won't change, because a buck from the west of Ireland ain't going to make it happen. But I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of what they've given this year, considering they were supposed to be nothing. And I knew it from day dot that we would push and push and push. And if parity was there and everything was fairly called, we'd be in the Super Bowl next weekend, I'm sure of it. But we're not. But that doesn't mean I think the world of Coach McDermott, all his coaches, Bobby Babich, and Joe Brady, all their coaches, Brandon Beane, Josh Allen, all the crew. Like, I've looked at the squad. If there's about 2 or 3 minor changes I would make, I would have everyone else back, because that's the team. That's the team that fight for each other and give everything. And that's all I want as a fan. You give everything. We win, we win. We lose, well, you've given everything. So that's my show for tonight, folks. I want to thank you very much for watching. I'm just laying it there. Again, as I said, forgive my language. And have a wonderful, safe, happy, healthy weekend. And until next Thursday night, it'll be probably my last show for the year, for the season. I'll be taking a break then afterwards. But thank you for all your support. I just want to say, always, my friends, get my hand up from under my cables. Go Bills.